Hello and welcome to my channel, Talisman Tarot. In this reading I want to ask the cards and spirit directly through channeling about what your crush, what their first impression of you was when they met, when you two met, when you met your crush the first time. What was their first impression of you? And I have 4 groups that you can choose from. This will be group number 1, this will be group number 2, this will be group number 3, and this will be group number 4. And so I will ask you to use your intuition and choose the group that speaks to you the most, the group that catches your eye, and that group will be your group. And if you need any more time to choose, you can always just pause the video. But if you don't need any more time, I'll just move on to the reading. Hello group number 1, you chose this Tarot Cats tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So okay, group number 1, the people who will choose group number 1. What's group number 1's crush's first impression of group number 1? What was group number 1's crush's first impression of group number 1? I heard the word agitated, and so I think your crush saw you as a bit troubled, like something was troubling you, something was maybe bothering you, something was preoccupying your mind at the time, like right when you met this person. There might have been something going on that was affecting you, that was making you seem a bit reserved, maybe because it was like your mind was somewhere else. You were thinking about something, maybe something happened right before you met your crush, and so you were maybe a bit bothered by something that happened. And so so I think I'm getting this vision of, like, I think your crush was trying to get your attention, like they were trying to get through to you, but it was like you were just too invested in something else that was going on at the time. So yeah, so I think your crush's first impression of you was that you were a bit agitated, a bit preoccupied with something else, and possibly also a bit aloof or reserved. King of Pentacles. So like you can see that this cat here, he's wearing a hat, and the hat is of, like, there's like a castle on the hat. And so this kind of makes me think that, like, that when they met you, they could see that your mind was somewhere else, like your mind was here in this castle. Like you were physically there, but like you can see here, this cat, like you can almost not see the cat's eyes, like the cat's eyes are in the shadow of this hat here, and so the hat becomes the main event, or like not the main event, but the main thing that people notice is the hat and not the person underneath the hat. And so this makes me think that when your crush met you the first time, there was this shadow that was affecting their view of you, because they didn't really get to know you, because there was this constant shadow that was always getting in the way. Something was getting in the way. This could also have been a person. Like if you met your crush while you were hanging out with your friend or something, then maybe your friend was constantly trying to get your attention and get the attention away from the crush or something, and so maybe you were being split up by a third party or something like that. But this could also, like, it's also a castle, so there could be a symbolic meaning of this, that they might have seen you as a bit, like a castle is, of course, very guarded. Like it's hard to get into a castle because of the guards and because of the walls around it. And so maybe your crush also saw you as a bit guarded, someone who's like they might have had a hard time getting through to you, maybe because you had walls around you to protect yourself. Maybe you didn't share that much about yourself the first time you met your crush. Maybe you were a bit withdrawn. And yeah, so like they could also have gotten like a feeling that you were a bit nervous around them, that you couldn't really talk freely to them, or something. But let's shuffle again and see if there's any more information on your crush's first impression of you when they met you the first time. Nine of Pentacles reversed. So this kind of makes me think that maybe you were hanging out with someone else at the time when you met your crush, that you were, because when the Nine of Pentacles is upright, it's someone who's very independent and alone, but fine with being alone, I guess. But when it's reversed, I think of someone who might be a bit dependent on someone else, or so maybe you were together with someone else at the time. Maybe you had your girlfriend or your friend around you, and maybe your crush got the feeling that you that they couldn't really get through to you because you were so dependent on your friend, or maybe the friend was dependent on you, and so they felt like they couldn't really get a one-on-one with you because you were kind of like a unit with one of your friends or something, where they couldn't really separate you two, or something like that. And okay, so some more information about your crush's first impression of you. Okay, so it's a bit too many cards, but I'm gonna read them anyways. So 10 of Cups. So yeah, it seems as if you might have had a commitment to someone else. It seemed as if you were not necessarily like a commitment, but you might have, like this, your crush might have had the feeling that you were very loyal to your friend, and so you couldn't really leave them alone, or if that doesn't resonate with you, then just leave it behind. I'm getting that maybe it's specific for one of you or a few of you, but if you were with some other friends at the time when you met your crush, I think your crush got that impression that you had a commitment to your friends, that you had made some kind of deal with your friends, that you weren't going to leave them, that you were going to stick with them, or maybe you had some other commitment at the time, and so you had to, like, maybe that was why your brain was so preoccupied with something else. Maybe you had a commitment that you had to go to afterwards, and so you were constantly thinking of that while you were talking to your crush. And so maybe you had to leave to go to work, and so you were constantly thinking of that. Or maybe you had some family issue that you had to resolve, and so you had to leave in order to get back to it. So there might have been some kind of commitment that got in the way, that got a lot of attention maybe as well, like a lot of your attention, so you didn't really have enough attention to give to this person who is your crush at the time. So you had to prioritize your time at the time when you met your future, your crush. Did I say future spouse before? Because that's kind of weird. I know I've done a lot of future spouse readings recently, and so maybe that's just why my brain is focused on that. But I don't think so. I feel like I usually can separate those things when I do readings, and so this might be a hint that this person who is your crush, that there is a certain possibility that you two will end up together in the future. So also with the Ten of Cups, the Ten of Cups is also a card about love and about relationships and about family. So I think your crush did see you as someone who was like marriage material when they first met you, but I think they were actually quite frustrated that they couldn't get through to you. Like they would have wanted to have more of a conversation with you, but there was this shadow that came in the way, something that was affecting the conversation and making the conversation more about something else instead of you two bonding. And I think, yeah. So I'm also getting a bit of a Cinderella story here. I don't know where that came from, but I feel like maybe for some of you, you met this person and you talked to them and then you had to leave, maybe because of some kind of commitment, and then you might not have gotten back to them, your crush again afterwards. And so maybe for like if this is someone you only spoke to for a very short amount of time and then you haven't talked to them since, then I feel like this person was very sad that they didn't get more time with you, and I think they thought about that afterwards, like for maybe a month afterwards, that it's a bit sad that you didn't actually get to know each other more, and maybe they had a hard time finding you again after that, and maybe you had a hard time finding them too. And so like I'm just getting that it's a bit like this, like the Cinderella story, like two people meeting up one night and then not finding each other again, and only having like one shoe to identify the other person with, and so maybe this person felt like they didn't have enough information to track you down afterwards, and so they just gave up on trying to find you again. If that resonates, again, that might only might only apply to a few of you, but if it does apply to you, that is how they felt. So 9 of Cups. So I think this card here, it's actually an interesting illustration of the 9 of Cups, because it suggests someone who is balancing things, balancing cups, and it actually reminds me more of two of swords than of 9 of Cups, but maybe I think this person's first impression of you was that you might have had more things to balance, like you were trying to balance too many things at once, and so it was hard for them to actually get through to you because you had all these things that you were balancing, and maybe they didn't want to intrude into your life because they knew that so maybe they actually knew how to get in touch with you afterwards. Maybe they found you on Facebook or whatever, but maybe they thought that they didn't want to text you or something like that because they knew how stressed you were, and they didn't want to give you any more stress in your life, and so they just backed off. So with the 4 of Swords, I think this this person might have gotten the impression of you that you needed some rest, maybe that you were tired. Maybe you told them that you were very tired. Maybe that was why you needed to go. Maybe you had to go to work in the morning, and so you told them that you needed to get home so that you could sleep before your shift or whatever. But yeah, with the Knave of Swords, I think there could be something about I think this person's first impression of you was that I think they saw you as very smart, the conversation that you had with them, when the conversation was actually about something other than that thing that was preoccupying you, then they got some glimpse at who you were as a person, and I think they saw you as a very smart person, someone with a lot of knowledge, but also someone who might be a bit impulsive and a bit like quick-witted, in a good way. I think I think this person admired the fact that you seem to think very fast, like very quickly, like you came up with a reply very quickly, you came up with a joke very quickly, and I think that is something that this person really liked, And with the Ace of Pentacles, I think this person, their first impression of you was also that I think they saw you as someone who would potentially become a success in the future. I think, like, if you talk to this person about some kind of business idea that you have or something like that, I think they really believed in your business idea and believed that you could actually do it, and I think they saw you as someone who had some kind of potential, like some star quality, something like you had some quality to you, or a skill that you talked about that made this person believe that you could actually make some money in the future if you actually used your talent for good, or for or as a, like, for a living, I mean. So I think they saw you as, but I also think they saw you as someone very stable and very, like, maybe also that you were the reasonable one. Like, what if you were very preoccupied with some kind of drama that was going on around you, some kind of issue going on, maybe with your friends or whatever, I think you might have talked to your crush about it, but I think your crush saw you as the word of reason, like that you were the reasonable one, that you actually had the situation figured out, and the other people involved in this didn't really have the situation figured out. And so I think they saw you as the rational one. So yeah, if that makes sense. So I think their first impression of you was that you were very rational, very stable-minded, but also very, with the Page of Swords, very smart, but also very quick-witted, very fast at like thinking, that you were thinking very quickly, thinking on your feet, and that but there was some kind of shadow that was affecting you at the time, and it did get a bit too much of your attention. I think there was something going on that was preoccupying you at the time, and so that has a big effect on how your crush saw you the first time they met you. So, but it hasn't affected them so much that they don't see you as like this wonderful idea. Like, I think they see you as a potential also for love, because the Ace of Pentacles is not necessarily the potential of love, but the potential of relationship, like marriage material. This is more the card that represents marriage material, someone they could see becoming a good mother one day, and like someone so I think, and also with the 10 of Cups, I think this person had a very good impression of you. They saw potential in you and in this connection that you had with with him or her, your crush, and yeah. So, but that's that's all I have for you. Group number 1, I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 2. You chose the Wonderland Tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, okay. Spirit, what did group number 2's crush think of group number 2 the first time they met? What was group number 2's crush's first impression of group number 2? I think this person didn't actually have the best impression of you the first time you met, but it's like this person got the idea that you didn't like them. This is coming through very strongly, that this person was completely sure that you didn't like them the first time you two met. Like they felt like you were trying to get away from them, that you were that you were, maybe some of you were rolling your eyes at them. This person felt they felt very insecure around you, because they had this feeling that you just that you were triggered by them, or that what they were saying, there was something they said. I think they said something to you the first time you met, and you got triggered by it or something, or maybe you just didn't agree with them, and so you said that you maybe this person voiced their opinion to you, and you just told them that you didn't agree with that, and that your opinion was the complete opposite of their opinion or something, and maybe you started arguing about it, but maybe you got the impression that you were just talking normally, that this was just a normal conversation, where like maybe you're very used to having political conversations with people that you don't agree with, and so you're used to having that back and forth with people, where you present your arguments, and then other people present their arguments, and then you just go back and forth like ping pong. But I think this person might not be that used to having those sorts of conversations. I think this person, this person might have a hard time distinguishing between a conversation, a political conversation, and like an argument, like a mad argument, like where two people are mad at each other. And I think this person, it's just hard for this person to know if people are just discussing things with them, or if they are actually attacking them. And I think this, or if they feel, I think this person is also afraid that people feel like they are attacking others, when actually they are just voicing their opinion or something. I'm just getting that for some weird reason, this person got the impression that you just didn't like them at all. I don't know why, but you might have made some jokes as well, like and maybe you made some jokes like some of us make jokes when we get in a heated argument with another person, but we know that it's just fun and games, but maybe the other person doesn't know that. I don't know, but it's like you might have said like something like to them that you didn't want to have anything to do with them because of their political opinion or something, but you said it in a fun way, or you didn't really mean it, or something, and this person just understood it very literally. They didn't really. Yeah, I don't know. It's just. But okay, so the Ace of Oysters, which is Ace of Pentacles, came through reversed, and so this makes me think that well, this person might have gotten the impression of you that maybe you were a bit unstable. So maybe but again, I don't think it's something like you shouldn't take this personally, because I think their first impression of you is very much colored by the fact that that they thought that you didn't like them, and so they didn't like you back. Like and so I think they felt like you were a bit unstable, and maybe they also misread the situation where you might have said certain things to them that you thought was like just that you were just teasing them, and maybe you had some banter with this person, and maybe they just didn't really get it, and thought you were unstable because of it. I don't know. Okay, so what was group number two's crush's first impression of group number two? Their crush. Judgment reversed. So I think this person's first impression of you was maybe that you had a bit of a what's it called, a potty mouth, or I don't know if that's the right word for it, but like I think this person might have been, maybe this person was a bit sensitive to, like, maybe this person is a bit sensitive in general, and so if someone comes up to them and is talking very harshly to them, I think they take offense to it. But I think maybe you have just a very like you say, you might be very direct with people. You might say whatever comes to your mind, and you might also deliver your whatever you say in a bit of maybe a harsh way, but maybe you swear a lot. Maybe you use a lot of curse words. Maybe you say fuck a lot. Maybe you and maybe this person just wasn't completely like, maybe this person misinterpreted your language as you as you attacking them because of the rough language, but really that's just how you talk. I don't but yeah, I think, like, I'm just getting this image in my head of, like, you two just, like, you missed each other's points. Like, it's something where you just kept missing each other. Like, you had an intention, they misinterpreted your intention. They had an intention towards you, you misinterpreted that intention, and so it's kind of this thing where I just feel like there was miscommunication here. But I'm not getting a I'm not very optimistic about this connection. I'm sorry to say that, but it's mostly because, like, I just don't think you two are very compatible, because I think you're so different from each other that I don't know if you would find common grounds. But what was this person's first impression of you, group number 2? With a judgment before, I didn't completely, I don't feel like I've completely covered that card, but the judgment reversed also makes me think that this person saw you as quite tolerant, like very unjudgmental, but I'm not actually feeling like this is a positive thing for some reason. Like, I think for this person that might be a negative thing for some reason. So maybe you said something, like if you had an argument, like a political discussion about something, maybe this person felt like you were too tolerant, like you, or too liberal, or like you might have had an opinion about maybe refugees, where this person felt like you were too inclusive, or maybe you talked about LGBTQ or something like that, and voiced your opinion that you wanted us all to be more inclusive towards people's differences, and like and if you talked about including minorities and being tolerant and stuff like that, then this person might have thought of that as something negative, because maybe this person is more exclusive in his political opinions, that this person wants to maybe this is a nationalist, or someone who has like some conservative opinions, and maybe they don't want to include LGBTQ people into something. Like there might be something where this person's opinions might have been very, very different from yours, and I think you might have been turned off by this person's opinions, but they might also have been turned off by yours. But it's still your crush, so I guess you kind of were like forgiving towards this person's opinions, because at the end of the day you you might have thought that it didn't really matter. It was, but yeah. With the magician here, I think this person's first impression of you was that I think they saw you as maybe a magician. Maybe you talked about maybe you talked about spirituality, or something where maybe you talked about spirituality, clairvoyance, not psychology, but astrology, but or maybe you talked about psychology, but like some pseudoscience regarding psychology. Of course, all psychology is pseudoscience, because we can't really measure anything. But my point is that I don't know what my point was. I don't think I had one. But yeah, I think this person's like, this card reminds me of, like, well, it is the Mad Hatter, and so I think so I think there was something that made this person think that you were a bit strange, or a bit out of the ordinary. You had some hobbies that might have been out of the ordinary, or maybe that it felt like it was out of the ordinary for this person, because this person could be very conservative and traditional. And so if you were a bit untraditional or a bit controversial in some way, then this person might have thought that you were a bit strange because of that. But I think this person also saw you as someone who was quite talented. Like, on a positive note, I think this person saw you as someone who had a lot of skills. Maybe you talked about some of your skills with them, and I think they were impressed with certain things that you could do, or that you talked about. I don't know. But like, you might have, like, if you're a very good astrologer, you might have guessed this person's zodiac sign, or you might have talked about their natal chart. You might have found their natal chart, and talked about their personality using their natal chart, and maybe this person was very impressed by how accurate the information actually was. But that's maybe specific for one of you. So I think there might have been something where you talked about spirituality in a way where this person actually kind of believed it for a moment, but I think it also turned them off a bit, because I think this person is the type of person who is so traditional and so conservative that this person, like, when they are faced with something that they don't understand completely, they kind of get afraid of it. Like, they start fearing it. They start believing that you're a witch and that you can do spells on them or something. Like, this person is they are not very open to that sort of field. But there's also something about the magician here that's also coming through, and that is that the magician is also a bit crafty. And so I think this person might have seen you as a bit crafty the first time you met. Maybe this has changed over time, but I think if you had an argument with this person the first time you met, I think they might have gotten a bit of a crafty vibe from you or a manipulative energy from you, even though you might not be manipulative at all, but you might have given this person some questions that was very leading. Like you might have tried to make traps for this person so that they would fall into the trap. Like and that's very common when we have an argument about something, when we are discussing something, when we are debating something, we try to get our opponent to fall into some traps. Like we want to trap them, we want to give them like some kind of question that makes them realize that their opinion is maybe not that rational. And so we try to, sometimes we can give people questions that are just meant to be leading, meant to be a trap, so that they, but so there might have been some kind of situation where this person felt like you were leading them to say something, like you were trying to make a trap for them. So with a death reversed, so this could be like, I think this person saw you as very stubborn in the beginning. Like the first impression they got of you was someone very stubborn. Maybe you, again, if you had an argument with this person, you didn't want to cave in. Like you were stubborn in your opinion. You believed very strongly that you were right and that they were wrong, and you wanted very strongly to make them realize that they were wrong and that you were right. And I think this person kind of took offense to that, even though in some ways I do agree with you. I think you were actually right. I think this person might not have had the best opinion, like and so I get it, but I think this person is very turned off by people trying to lecture them. Like they don't like that. They don't like people coming up to them and trying to change their opinion, because this person is also very stubborn, and so like they don't like it when people are persistently trying to change their mind about something. And I think you might have done that. You might have tried very hard to change their mind about something, and it failed because this person was too stubborn, and it made them feel like you were very stubborn in trying to change their mind. I don't know, but yeah. So, is there anything positive that this person, that their first impression of you, is there anything positive here? Okay, 6 of Wands, yes. I think this person did see you as very like you were very on top of things, but you were very maybe I think this person got the vibe that you were very popular, that you had a lot of people that were that had your back. Maybe this person felt like, if this is a scenario where you talked to this person and you had a few of your friends around you at the time, like if that resonates with you, then like, if it doesn't resonate, just forget about it. But if this was the situation, if you met this person the first time when you were with other friends, of your friends, then this person might have felt like it was a bit of an ambush, like you started discussing something with this person, and you had your opinion and they had their opinion, and you started arguing about it, and you had your friends around you, and your friends agreed with you, but they didn't have any other people agreeing with them, and so they felt like they were alone in having their opinion, and then like they just got attacked by you and your friends. If that, like, maybe that's specific for one of you, but I just feel like this person might have felt like you had other people around you who agreed with you, and maybe that, like, I'm also getting something about an echo chamber. So maybe this person also felt like you had a lot of yay sayers around you that were that you, maybe this person also felt like you weren't used to people disagreeing with you. And so if you two were, if the situation wasn't as I described before, that you had your friends around, if you met this person one-on-one, if you were just you and this person the first time you met, then I think this person got the idea, the feeling that you were not used to having people disagreeing with you, and so they might have assumed that you had like a lot of friends in your life who and that you had created some kind of echo chamber around you where you had a lot of friends that agreed with you on everything, and so you weren't used to people disagreeing with you or something. But that might have just been an assumption that this person had about you. But this person could also have gotten the feeling that you are that you were used to being the popular one for some reason, that you maybe, I think this person might have been bullied in school, and so when they met you, I think they met you, they saw you as the type of person who would have bullied them back in school. Like you were one of the popular ones, or that you might have been that type of person your whole life, and that assumption could be completely wrong. But that might have just been something they picked up on that might be wrong. But I just feel like this person might have seen you as like, maybe even as like one of the mean girls, like you were bullying them even though you weren't, but maybe the tone that you had with them, maybe if you said something mean to them, but you meant it in a fun way, then this person might have not received it in that way. Like they might have misinterpreted it as bullying, and like banter can be misinterpreted as bullying, and so if they are not used to people having that back and forth where and not used to people just teasing each other for fun, and maybe they felt like they didn't really know you enough to actually know what your intention were, and so that's maybe something that you could take. That's actually good advice, because maybe, like, I'm getting the feeling that you have absolutely and had absolutely no bad intention towards this person. This is your crush, and so this person, like, I think you just got into the banter a bit too early in the process, and so maybe you get very comfortable with people very easily, and that's not a crime, but people might get the wrong idea about you, and think that your banter is actually literal, that you're actually making fun of them and bullying them to be mean because you're mean, like, and so they don't understand that it's just banter, because they don't know you. They don't know your intention, and so sometimes we have to gain people's trust before we start with a banter, and so maybe so maybe take that as advice in the future, that maybe start with the banter a bit later in the relationship or in the friendship, because people don't always know that it's banter. So yeah, and like that's also advice that I can learn from, because I do this mistake a lot myself. So yeah, but yeah, this is this person's first impression of you. It's not a very good one, but I think it's due to misinterpretations, due to miscommunication, misunderstandings. So don't take it personally, because it's just, yeah, it's just a very unfortunate situation. But yeah, I don't think this person had the best first impression of you, and of course you can make up for it. Yeah, but that's all I have for you. Group number 2. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 3. You chose the Hermetic Tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, okay, group number 3. The people who will choose group number 3. Group number 3. What was group number 3's crush's first impression of group number 3? Their crush's first impression? Oh, okay. I like this. So this person saw you as very sexy in the beginning. In the first impression of you was someone very that you were very, very sexy, like there was something a bit this is weird, but I think this person got this vibe from you that you were a bit naughty. I hate that word though, but that's the word that came through, that they saw you as a bit naughty, a bit maybe you talked about something where, like, maybe something that is considered a bit taboo or something. Maybe, like, I think this person saw you as very free-spirited, and maybe also very free, like, I don't know if you talked about your sexuality or talked about sex when you met this person, like had some kind of conversation about it, maybe in a group setting where you were talking to this person, but you were also talking to some of your other friends as well or something, and maybe you talked about sex, but even if you didn't, I just think this person saw you as the type of person who wouldn't mind, who wouldn't mind talking about sex, or not necessarily that, but that you're just like, I don't know what it is, but I just get this feeling that this person, they saw you instantly as a very sexual person, that there was something, like there was, like you had sex appeal. Like some people just have that, like they just, even though they don't talk about sex, like it's just like they just ooze sex, like that. If that, I don't know what it is, but I definitely think this person thought about, like, they thought about you that way, like they wanted to have sex with you. That's quite like they saw you as a very sexy person, very like, you know, Prince, he has that sex appeal. Like he doesn't really have to do something that's like directly related to sex, but it's just some kind of vibe that he has, where he's just like, he's just sexy. Like there's just something that's very, like, every movement he makes is like very, there's something sexy about it. And I think you have that kind of quality to you, where your movements, the way you talk, the way you express yourself, the way that, like, there's just something about you that's very sexy, like and it's not like I think you could be quite modest, like you could dress quite modestly, you could you could, like, but there's just something about your charisma, your something that you shine out to the world, something about your energy. It's just, I'm also getting a calm energy, like you're sexy in your calmness, like you seem calm and relaxed, and like you could also have something with your eyes, where you could have like bedroom eyes, where you gaze, have like some kind of gaze, where you don't, maybe it's because you don't wear your glasses, and you should be wearing your glasses, and so maybe you squint sorry, maybe you squint your eyes a bit when you're like out, because you should be wearing your glasses, but people see that as very sexy, like there could just be something about your eyes, where you look, where the way you look, where you squint, where something very attractive about your gaze. So with the High Priestess reversed, I think this person, like, again, there could be something where you like, the High Priestess, when she's upright, she is kind of the embodiment of taboo, like something that we don't talk about, something hidden, something secret. But when it's reversed, I think it kind of makes me think that this person saw you as someone who feels like no topic is off limits. Like you don't get easily offended when people talk about certain things. You you can talk about topics very naturally, where other people would be uncomfortable talking about it, like yeah, and you could be very particular about sex as well. Maybe if you had some kind of conversation in the beginning, like the first time you met this person, where you talked about sex or talked about what what you liked or what you didn't like or something. I don't know if that's just specific for a few of you, but I think this person just got the idea that you're very verbal and very direct about what you need and what you want from other people. You express your desires. You tell people what you want from them, and that is very sexy when people are so confident that they feel confident enough to actually express what they want and what they desire. And I think this person just got that impression the first time you met, that you were very open about your desires. And with the Four of Swords also reversed, I think this person might have also gotten the impression that there's something about your maybe they felt like you didn't get enough sleep, and so maybe there's some, again, maybe with the bedroom eyes, maybe they noticed something about you where they thought you looked a bit tired, and maybe that's also what makes you sexy. Like maybe this tired look that you have, like maybe when you are tired, your eyes become tired, and so maybe the bedroom eyes is just when something that your eyes like do when you're tired. Like you might have a bit of a tired look, but it works for you because it's what makes you sexy, and that you look a bit tired. And with the Ten of Pentacles reversed, I think this person might have gotten the first impression, the impression of you that you, even though you look a bit tired, I think this person does. I think they saw you as quite youthful. Like you look younger than you actually are. Because of the Ten of Pentacles is a card, when it's upright, it's a card I associate with old age, and so when it's reversed, I think of someone who's younger. This person could also, like, you could be younger than this person, and so that could be something they noticed right away, that you might have been younger than them, but maybe they also saw you as a bit feisty, and they might have associated that with youngness, like being young, or something. but this could also, like if you had a conversation with this person the first time you met, you might have talked about some issues that you have with your family, and so maybe this person also noticed that you have some troubles with your family, that maybe you come from a bit of a dysfunctional family, that you don't have that much in, like you don't, maybe you don't have a lot of family around, or you have a bad relationship with them. And I think this person's first impression of you was that maybe they felt a bit sad on your behalf because of what you've been through with your family, or maybe they felt that you were a bit alone in the world because you don't have that close of a relationship with your family. So there could be something where this person this person's first impression of you was that you might come from a broken home, and so maybe that has affected your personality in certain ways, where you might be a bit on the darker side, like you might have a more dark mind. You might have dark humor, like you might be very sarcastic, and maybe this person assumes that you have dark humor because of the fact that you've had to laugh through a lot of dark times in your life, and so you are used to turning a bad situation into a joke and using maybe humor as a way to overcome certain things, and so maybe you use humor to as like a shield, like a guard. You guard yourself with humor, so that like if there's something you don't want to talk about because it's too personal or a bit too hard for you to talk about, you make a joke about it, and maybe this person noticed that there was a pattern there, that you always made a joke when you felt uncomfortable sharing something with them. So yeah, but what was this person's first impression of you? Your crush's first impression of you? 6 of Swords reversed. 6 of Swords reversed. Yeah, I think this person they might have seen you as someone who doesn't give up on people. Like, you're a very loyal person. You keep people in your life even though they are very toxic. So if you talk to this person about your family, and your family might be very toxic, and you shared that with them, you might have also shared that you still have contact with them. You still try to make it work, and maybe this person felt like that was a bit weird, that you kept on searching for the drama in a way, like you kept going back to it, and that you should just put a lid on it, and start a new life, a fresh life, where you don't constantly go back to the source of your suffering. And so maybe this person felt like you were in a bit of a cycle, like you kept going back to what was making you sad, and so the cycle just kept continuing. But I still think this person like this person was very fascinated by you and very interested in you, and interested, like I think this person liked the darkness and the mystery of you. It might be some kind of contrast to them. I think this person might be a very light person, and so maybe they are drawn to the darkness, and so I think they were intrigued by the fact that you had this darkness, which I think this person associated with depth. Like they saw you as a deep person because they saw you as a dark person. And you might be very deep. You might have a lot of layers because of what you've been through. But so I think this person also just enjoyed the chaos. I know, but it's in a good way. Maybe this person is a bit too fascinated by the chaos. It could be a pattern that they are going through, where they keep falling in love with a bit chaotic people. And maybe I'm not saying that you're like, well, I am saying that you're chaotic, but who isn't really? Like, but I think this person was very attracted to you. They and that's, I think also you're attracted to this person because of the lightness. Like you're a moth to a flame. Like you're attracted to the light within this person, and they are attracted to the darkness within you. And so it's kind of a wonderful situation where and so it's kind of like opposites attract and all of that. But yeah, so I think this person actually had a very positive view on you when they met you. Very fascinated by you. So, but what else? What does group number 3? What was group number 3's crushes? The crush of group number 3's first impression of group number 3. 6 of Wands. Yeah, it's a Lord of Victory. I think this person saw you as someone victorious. Like they saw you as someone who had overcome all the obstacles in your life, and that you were stronger because of it. And so I think this person is also like this person is attracted to people who have been through a lot of shit in their life, because they are attracted to people who have overcome, like people who have risen from the ashes and like the phoenix, like because that those kinds of people can are strong, like they can they can overcome more things in the future. Like this is the like this person is not interested in being with someone who hasn't had any obstacles in their life, because that type of person is usually very very spoiled and very sensitive to small obstacles coming their way. And maybe this person has also been in those kinds of relationship before, with people who was just used to everything being easy, and so I think this person is attracted to people who are strong, who has strong personalities, because they know that they can. Those kinds of people can overcome a lot of obstacles in the future, and that is the type of person that this person wants to get acquainted with, because the perfect partner, and that's the partner that would stick with them through thick and thin. And that makes sense. I think this person actually is in love with you, or they were the first time you met. That might have changed, but I don't think so. But I think that this, but because of the Lord of Victory, I think this person also felt like they had like that they were victorious in meeting you. If that makes sense. So, like, I think this person actually really liked you the first time you met. Like, they had they looked up to you. They put you on a pedestal. They saw you as someone who, like an ideal person for them. Actually, you fit very well into this person's type. So, like, yeah. But I think that's all I have for you, group number 3. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye. Hello, group number 4. You chose the Icelandic tarot deck, and I will start with some channeling, and then I will shuffle the cards for you. So, okay, group number 4. Group number 4, the people who will choose group number 4. What was group number 4's crush's first impression of group number 4? I don't know why, but I'm getting this feeling that maybe this person doesn't actually have that much of a first impression of you. It's like maybe this, like I said, when I was asking, I wanted to ask, what will your crush's first impression be of you? And so it's like you two haven't completely had like a conversation with each other yet, that has like I just don't feel like you've talked enough for this person to actually have formed an impression of you, and so but I want to see if I'm right about that, because maybe I'm not. But so what was group number 4's crush's first impression of group number 4? Five of coins reversed. So when it's upright, it's about being like an outsider, or like being so. When it's reversed, I think like maybe this person felt like the outsider, looking in, and so maybe this person saw, like when they first saw you, you might have been in a group of people, and this person was outside that group, and so they were looking in on the group, and maybe you kind of melted into the group and became a unit in the group, and so maybe this person didn't quite get like an impression of you per se, like you were just one out of like one of the group, like if that makes sense. So I think I think this person might have had, like, if you were with a friend when you met this person, I think this person might have had a hard time distinguishing between you and the friend. And so I know that sounds bad, but I think this person just saw you two as a unit, and it was hard for them to separate you two. And so I'm just getting that this person is with Two of Swords also reversed. Yeah, I think I think this person I think this person might have been a bit blind at the time. It's like this person didn't quite notice you, and it might have been because of them. Like, they might have had too much going on themselves. They might have been preoccupied with something else at the time. Their mind might have been somewhere else, and they were just focused on something else, or someone else. Like, they might have been with someone else and talking to someone else, and they didn't really notice you per se. You might have faded a bit into the background, and so it's like this person just didn't quite notice you. And I hate to say that, because that's probably the worst thing that you want to hear about your crush, is that they didn't actually notice you that much. But again, like, it's not like this person had any negative feelings towards you. They just had no feelings. Like, they didn't really notice you. And so that is kind of giving me some hope that maybe, like, when they notice you in the future, if they notice you in the future, then they can have a first impression of you. Like, they might form an impression, but it's just like they didn't quite get maybe they didn't have the time to actually get to know you, and or maybe they were just, their mind was just somewhere else. And Five of Wands reversed. So yeah, like, I think this person saw you, like, I think they noticed maybe that you weren't, like, that at least you weren't making trouble. Like, there might have been, like, in your group, there might have been some kind of discussion going on, some kind of argument going on, and maybe this person noticed that you were quite neutral in it. Like, you didn't really say anything about it. You didn't voice your opinion. Like, you were just maybe a bit silent in all of this. Maybe you sat down, didn't say much, didn't contribute to the conversation. Maybe you didn't have an opinion on it. But on a positive note, I also think that there might have been some drama going on, and you didn't get into the drama. You kept your distance from it. Like, you didn't want to get involved in it. But that also might have made you fade a bit into the background, because there were probably people around you that were drawing more attention to themselves than you were. And maybe you don't like to be the center of attention, but that might have caused you to fade a bit into the background, because you were maybe around people who are a bit loud and a bit much. And so maybe that's also the reason why this person didn't notice you, because you were surrounded by people who were who were taking away the attention from you and drawing it to themselves. And so I think there were just people who like, maybe there were people around you who also didn't give you a chance to actually speak your mind. Maybe your friends or the people around you were talking over you, and you couldn't really get your opinion through because you were constantly disrupted by others or something. So I think you might have faded a bit into the background. This person might not have gotten quite to know you as much as they wanted to, or maybe they didn't really want to, because, like, not that they didn't want to, but that they just didn't notice you, so they didn't know that they wanted to if that makes sense. Like, they did. So, but I think, as I said in the beginning, maybe the question here should be, what will their first impression of you be? And so I'm gonna ask that. So what will group number 4's crush's first impression of group number 4 be when they meet the next time? Okay. So Queen of Cups reversed, and the Hierophant reversed. This makes me think that I think this person's first impression of you, like when they get to know you, it's not likely that all of you will get to know this person. For some of you, it's a bit likely that you might not meet this person again. And for those of you, I think you already know that it's not that likely that you meet them again. So it's maybe someone who's not in your life on a regular basis, and so you might have your concerns that you won't actually get to have a conversation with this person again. And if that resonates with you, I think it is likely that maybe you won't meet them again. But for others of you where you see this person more on a regular basis, I think you will meet this person again. And when you do, I think this person will see you as someone who's not very emotional, a bit on the more rational side, and maybe you're an earth sign, so you don't, so you're more practical, more rational, and more reasonable. Like you don't allow your feelings to get in the way. You don't allow your feelings to affect you that strongly. And so there could also be something where this person will see you as someone who's not very in touch with your feelings, or that you don't share your feelings. That's maybe more it. I think that's exactly what I think that's the thing. I think this person will see you as someone who doesn't share, that you don't share your feelings that easily. You might keep your feelings to yourself. Like if you get your feelings hurt, you don't tell people that that your feelings were hurt, you keep it kind of to yourself. And this also makes me think that they will see you as more introverted, someone who's a bit hard to get through, like someone who's someone who they will have to like you're like like ice, like an ice cube, where this person has to like warm you up in order to make you like they need to warm you up to them, like that maybe they will see you as a bit reserved, a bit withdrawn. And with the Pope, the Hierophant reversed, I think this person will also see you as quite untraditional. Maybe you have some psychic abilities, or maybe you just believe very strongly in spirituality and stuff like that. And I think this person will see you as a very untraditional, a controversial person. Maybe you are into some alternative things, alternative medicine, alternative healing, and I think this person, that will be the impression this person gets of you, that you're a bit more alternative in the way that you think, or in the way that you like you have some alternative beliefs. And with the Two of Wands, I think this person's first impression of you will be that that your mind is going to be somewhere else. So again, a bit reserved. Maybe you will be kind of nervous when you talk to them the next time, and so maybe you have some social anxiety, and so I think that will shine through a bit. And but I think, like, this card here says earned success has the willpower to bring ideas into practice. And so I think this person will also see you as like as a pioneer of some sort. Like, they will see you as someone who has great ideas, and that you are planning on making them into something. Like, maybe if you are into healing or into something alternative or spiritual, you might take the next step with it and actually put it out there into the world and do something with it and put yourself out there. And I think this person will see you as someone who actually follows through. Like, you actually make your dreams come true. You actually try to reach your goal, and you do take the steps towards your goal. And so I think when you talk to them the next time, I think they will be impressed with your success, the success that you will have earned. But I'm not getting a very I'm not getting the feeling that this person is going to have feelings for you. But what's the first impression going to be? The Devil reversed. It's so weird that all of these cards come through reversed, when actually there are plenty of cards that are upright in the deck. And so I don't know why I just get all the reverse cards, but that could also be a sign that this just isn't the right person for you, that maybe you need to look elsewhere. Maybe this crush is never actually going to be anything, like it's not going to evolve or develop into anything, and so maybe try to look elsewhere, look at some other people in your life who might be more compatible and maybe more interested in you. With the Devil reversed, I think this person, they are going to see you as someone, like this person, I think this person is going to actually be a bit frustrated with you. That was also something I got before. Like, this person could be an extrovert, and so I think this person has very little empathy for people who are introverted. And so if you are introverted, if you have social anxiety, if you have a hard time expressing yourself to new people, then I think this is not necessarily a good person for you, because they won't have the patience to listen to you stumble on your words and stuff like that, which many other people will have the patience for. But this person is not that type of person. This person doesn't have that. Like, this person might not have empathy for people who are experiencing obstacles that they've never experienced themselves. And so if you have like social anxiety, they will not be able to understand that, because they've never suffered from social anxiety themselves, and so they can't relate to that. And so they just think that you just need to that you just need to snap out of it, or that you just they won't have the patience for it. And if you don't, like with the Queen of Cups reversed, if you don't open up about your feelings or about emotional stuff, like if you don't open up about that right away, if they ask you a personal question about maybe your family, and you tell them that that's a bit too intimate or a bit too personal for them to share, for you to share that with them so early on in the relationship or friendship or whatever, then I think this person will just take offense to it. Like they won't understand like why you're so reserved, and they will just or that you are withdrawn or guarded, and they will just feel like what's the deal with that? Like, why are you not sharing that with me? What's this person might not have that much compassion for people who are a bit different from themselves. I don't like, it's not that this person is a bad person, it's just that this person, like they are very much like there's only one way, and that's like the way that they are. Like with the Devil reversed, I think this person will feel a bit frustrated if they can't control you. Like if they can't make you share something with them that they are curious about. If they ask you something that they want an answer to, and you tell them that you're not comfortable answering that, then this person will feel like they can't make you do that, and that's going to be an issue for them, because this is the type of person who likes to be a bit in control. Like they like to give orders to people, and like they expect people to just follow their orders. So this person, like if this is a bit of an authority figure, like I don't know if that's correct, but I am getting some kind of energy from this person, that this person is used to be in authority. Like this could be some kind of teacher or a mentor, or like someone who's just used to supervise people, or used to being over people and giving people orders. This person could also be an Aries, or a Taurus, or a Capricorn, and so that could be the reason why they are a bit like they like to be in control. But I think they will get the feeling that they can't really make you do something that you're not comfortable with, and that will be a bit of a turn off for this person. And so it's kind of good that this person will be on the brakes here, because or on the brake, I don't know if it's plural, brakes, brake, well, I don't know, but that's good, because I don't think this is the type of person you actually want to be in a relationship with. I think you, like, if you got to know this person like on a deeper level, I think you would realize that you two are not really that compatible. And so yeah. That's also like with the Pope here, that it's the Hierophant and it's reversed, and the Hierophant is someone who is in authority. It's someone who is trying to lecture others, and so when it's reversed, I think it might be a sign that this person will feel like they can't lecture you, like they can't be an authority to you, like they can't change like you and make you turn into them, and that's something that this person is looking for in a love partner, someone that, like, because this person could have some kind of idea in their head that they are right and everyone else is wrong, and so they need a partner where they can form them. Someone very mutable. They need someone very mutable that they can form and make into a spitting image of themselves. And so if you are not that type of person, then they will not see you as a potential for a love partner, if that makes sense. So that's all I have for you. Group number 4. I hope this reading was helpful, and if it was, please subscribe to my channel, and I hope to see you in my next reading. Bye!